Alright, gonna be getting rid of this pretty soon. What I ended up doing here. So this rope, when it's plugged in, is electrified. It's not right now. But that's going to that little fine wire. As you can see, this is set up so that it won't hit the tree. It's got enough distance across from it. And then about 22 feet up, that goes to a little turnbuckle, which has a spring in it. And then that cable goes way over to that tree right there. That's basically passive. This, if the trees sway and everything else like that, it doesn't matter because the spring down that end is going to take up the slack on that. And then it heads on over this way. And that goes to this tree here. As you can see, it's got like a slight bend in it now. That will be taken out as the trees sway over time. And then it goes to another insulator, and then to another insulator. And then it comes to this right here, which also has an additional spring in it. I should back up so you can see better. And then this tab here is going to go to a wire, and then that wire will go to the lines that go down to block the horses off by the river. So that way I don't have to have like all these white lines that I have here. This is all coming out. I don't need these anymore. I'm just going to get rid of all those wires and just pick up the wires down here where we actually need them. So I can take all this old stuff off the tree. I'm sure the tree will appreciate that, although this one won't because this tree's been dead for quite a while. The donkey started chowing on this. Anyways, my little tool, and then I'll recover all my pieces here because these little stainless steel buggers, they're not cheap. All right, got rid of the ropes. Nothing in the trees anymore that you can see. You'll still see that because those are going to connect to that tree. So those will go down toward the river, and that will keep them, will keep the donkeys from getting up into the backyard again. What you doing there, meathead? Don't worry. You'll get your free range back as soon as I can get everything secured again. Guess what time it is? Time to remove this. Fence is off right now. Temporary fencing coming down. Yeah, that's not so bad. Yeah, he's ready. I threw that in there for him. That was his branch. How did I do this one? What the heck? Oh, wow. Well, that one was just barely hanging on there. I don't know how I did that. That was a really bad idea. All right, seems to be going. What do you think, Ted? Yes. You touched it, didn't you? Don't touch.
Record me.
Absolutely not. Were you trying to clean the light?
I was trying to see the light.
Yeah.
Cup my hand over it.
Yeah. You can't cup your hand over those two. All right.
Is that the same shot they get?
Yes, it is. That's why they stay inside. Alrighty. All right. We're gonna use that thing.
You're not gonna get me shocked again, are you?
No. Well, you might, but I'm not gonna get you shocked. So you're gonna put the probe into the ground first, and then do not touch the probe again.
Here?
Anywhere in the dirt you can. It's got to be in the dirt. Don't touch the fence while you're doing it, and then just set that. You gotta point it toward you. Set it right up again. It doesn't have to be hooked. Just touching is fine. And I don't see anything. Well, that's not great. Alrighty, now we gotta figure out what the problem is. I know exactly what it is. Gotta cut the fence back off again. I forgot to do the last. Yeah, I forgot to do the last tie-in. Let's see. Oh. Yeah, stuff's in my pocket for that. Great.
I should have put your tray in my hair and bend up like this.
Yeah, you could have done a zapping like that. Donkey. All right. Yeah, I know. He had no sympathy. He's been nailed before. Yeah, I know, buddy. Okay. Ooh, no, that's not it. So I thought I had not connected this yet, but I did. I don't think so. So we know it works right there for sure. All right, now I'm gonna test here. I'm gonna find some place to stick it into the ground. A little bit of moss there. That should give me a good ground. All right, so I can see it flashing here.
Yep. Second one from the bottom.
Yeah. All right, so if I hit under here.
I can see it.
Okay, yep, you can see him flashing. I wasn't sure if I could see him on the camera or not.
Yep.
All right, now I'm gonna head over to this side. Same thing, stabbing it into the ground. Trying to get a decent ground, just to make sure the one underneath the gate works.
Yeah, you can really see
Okay,
that.
see that. Good. All right, so now I'm gonna go on the other side of the gate.
Where we go?
Let's see. I just want to any connection point that I know that goes underneath the fence. All right, so that's the connection point. Goes through a piece of garden hose, goes underneath, comes back outside, pops out over here. So I need to test it here now. There's some moss there.
Yep.
Yep.
Two bottom ones are gone.
All right, so I know this goes all the way around. So now we got to check that side of the fence. Stabbed into the ground here.
Yep.
Yeah, I see a flash there. Okay. Not touching the tree or zapping anything here. Ah! You know what the problem is. No, I knew I had a connection problem. I just had the wrong end. So the line comes down, goes to this piece right here, which goes to that piece right there, which apparently has to make a huge jump. So that's probably like a 10-inch air gap. Yeah, probably not going to work. So needless to say, I needed to connect that down to here. But just for the sake of argument, I'm going to test that to make sure that works. So just stab that into the ground. Then I come up here. Because we're in the shade, you can see this one real good. Alrighty. So now if I just actually connect that the way I intended to connect it, now it should really work. Yikes. Well, I can tell I'm tired. Step one though. Unplug that unless I want to wake up real quick. Alright, so that right there is actually the inside of one of these right here. So what I'm going to do is that's going to go inside of there. And then the rope's going to go into that. And then I have another one of these. And these are just basically, they're metal connectors to bind these things together. So I will bind this together with the little whale tail I brought out. And that will join this to this. And then we'll really be this done. Thing here. It's going to go just like that. And then I'll send my wire through. And I'll put the cap and bolt back on. This right here, I'm going to have this here, but I don't want to have 2.5 feet worth of whale tail kicking around on there. So I'm just going to take and I'm going to put my electrical on this, because otherwise the ends of these cables go right up. So across that. And I'll head back the other way. That way it can't escape.
You mean Jerry?
And then this will keep the end from fraying.
Perfect. Well, it's
What's
good
that?
that you figured that out.
Yeah, that was
It-
pretty
you
funny.
know,
I
it's
knew
not-
there was some kind of inconsistency in the system here. I just couldn't remember what it was.
Long day.
Yep, how about it? I'm gonna give it a little bit of slack for the
Wind.
wind and trees and branches landing on the wire and every other thing that goes on around here. Tightening. That's 10 millimeter. I think 10 millimeter fits everything on the entire planet. At least I know where my socket always is. Alrighty. Now we'll go plug it in and try it. Go ahead, give it a shot. All right. Ah, no guts, no glory. We're going right around to the other side. It's gonna work now. I got a good feeling about this. Well, I didn't have a bad feeling about it before, so I don't know what that means. Alrighty. Stabbing it right into my wet moss.
There you go.
Boom.
Beautiful.
Ah, holy cow.
That was it. Nice. So that's
Yikes.
hot down there too, right?
That's hot all the way down there. Yep, all the way down to the river. So if the river gets high again and grabs that, it'll probably knock that center block over, take that line out, and then that'll break away from here.
And the rest of
And
it will
we'll
stay.
just fix that again like we always do. Glad I can just pull this into the garage. Where'd they go? Did they head down back already? Hey, dude.
Come on, kid. Let's go.
Come on.
Come on.
Oh, yeah. Now they're not coming past the line.
Come on, kid.
No more fence here anymore. None. Don't you run me over, you meathead.
What's going on, huh?
Yeah.
What do you think?
Is this better?
Wow.
You can only get so far. I hope. You too. You said thank, Mom.
Hi.
Why are you thanking her? She didn't even do all the fence. I did.
Come on, let's go check it out.
All right. Run me over, you meathead. Ah, another job well done. All right. This is over. Now I'm going to go take a nap. If I can find the dog. he's checking it out. I don't think he'll walk in the water to test it. So I did that. That's just a regular step-in post. And I took a masonry bit and I drilled into a cinder block. So if the water does get up and around there, just be careful, hon, because if they do get zapped, they're coming back here at about 400 miles an hour. Oh, he's thinking about it. That little bugger. If he goes around that, I'm going to flobber him. Jerry is definitely looking for weaknesses in the system. Oh, don't you do it, Jerry. Oh boy, this guy's a problem child. Escape from Alcatraz. You can tell he's looking about. He wants a boat. He's working on it.
Alright, let's tie a line to there and the tree and just let it hang. We have to.
Nah, I think he's okay. I don't think he'll step in the water. Because that's actually about 2 feet deep right there.
Yeah.
So I think he's just hanging out waiting for Pinto to get out of his way. All right.
You think some of the big branches
Nothing
I
else.
should